No doubt, but what's attributing, you think, to the success that the offense is having so far this season, especially in the passing game?
Yeah, I think our preparation has been excellent this year. Guys staying late, guys showing up early. There's a lot that goes into this offense, and I think everyone has just really dived into the preparation, making sure that they know their job. That goes into the small details to the big picture things, and I've just been really proud of everybody diving into their preparation and knowing their assignment.
How impressed are you with how good Chris Razzle looked yesterday or Saturday?
Yeah, man, Chris has talent that you can't coach. Chris has talent that you can't teach. And it was just awesome to go out there and see him just play his ball.
Miles, what's your message as a leader to this team? Coach Heupel said afterwards, it should hurt, soak it in. Kind of what's been your message to the guys that you've spoken with today, just to turn the page and go get ready to play, and how do you use Saturday to help you?
Yeah, I don't know if I want to use them as an example. Last year's SEC champs lost week 3 to a team, and turned around, won the SEC, went to the playoffs, and we're in that exact same boat right now. We can either dwell on this and mope in it and be sad, or you can learn from it and continue to go, strive for our goals. Everything's still out there in front of us. Watch the film, learn from it, feel sorry for yourself for a very short amount of time, but we got a game that we got to play on Saturday, and we still have all of our goals out in front of us.
What did you learn about this team Saturday that you think will help you guys moving forward?
Man, the biggest thing I was, just really proud of our guys that, no matter what happened, we went out there and fought. No matter what happened with Georgia's offense, no matter what happened with our defense, and the score was 0-0. We went out there and we played our butts off. And I'm just super proud of how the guys fought and super proud of how they responded to adversity.
How important was it to see that end game that you guys did continue to fight, after an explosive first quarter, and you continued to fight the rest of the way?
Yeah, I think that's what every team wants, is a group of guys that come together and that are going to fight for each other no matter what happens, and we're going to need that later on in the season.
How tough is it to move on? Because obviously the moment on Saturday, it's pretty brutal. Then you have to go back and watch it, and you see this play or that play may give a bit of difference. Does that make it tougher as you review it to kind of move past it?
Yeah, it's definitely never easy watching these kind of games. There's a lot of things that we did really well on Saturday, and that makes you feel good to a certain extent. But obviously losing is never easy, and watching the film is never easy. But like I touched on before, we got to move past it. We don't have a choice. If we really want to go where we want to go, we have to move on. We have to learn from this. So
now, after the game, I know you're one of the leaders on the team. Do you have to be a little bit more vocal, or do you feel like these young guys get it? Like every game is pivotal right now.
Yeah, I think Saturday night is a hard time to speak up. Coach Hype had his message after the game, and I brought the Tides together and pretty much said, hey, we have everything, all of our goals are right in front of us still. And how are we going to respond to this? And whenever we come in on Monday, we're going to watch the film, and after that, I don't want to see anyone feeling sorry for themselves and moping about it. We got to move on. And so that was my message to the Tides, and we have a bunch of mature guys in that room, and they've handled it really well. And we got UAB on Saturday that we got to prepare for.
Miles, how do you guys stay in rhythm offensively? Obviously, it was perfect in the first quarter. Then you had the lull, kind of fell out of rhythm. How do you guys stay in rhythm and not have those stretches like you had Syracuse, obviously, at one point, and then Saturday, where you guys struggle to move the ball like that?
Yeah, I think, like I touched on earlier, our preparation, details in everything that we do, but it's never going to be perfect. You come out and score 21 points in the first quarter. It's very unrealistic to go score 80 points against Georgia. And they have good players too. They're going to make plays, and we know that. And I think never getting too high, never getting too low, and just staying consistent. And that no matter what the scoreboard is, just preparation, details, and everything that we do, making sure that if you have a route at 6 yards, you're at 6 yards, not 8 yards. Just little stuff like that that we can continue to clean up.
Despite the final result, the offense was efficient, looked good on Saturday. What are some things that you can kind of take forward and also learn from moving forward?
Yeah, I think it gives you a lot of confidence. Georgia has a really good defense, and you put up 41 points. I think that you can take a lot of good from that, and it kind of shows you where you're at, and it shows you what you need to get better at, but it gives you that confidence that, we can go out and play with anybody.
Miles, how much
Wanna
can
do
some
more?
of those deep shots that you guys have been really good at this year, those explosive plays, how much can that pay off for you down the road when teams have to account for that and be aware of it?
Yeah, I think, the game of football is beautiful because everything ties into it itself. When you get the run game going and those safeties have to come down a little bit to fit into the box, that just opens everything up. That's one thing that I love about this game is that the run game complements the pass game and the pass game complements the run game. And so, hats off to our O-line and our running backs for running really hard and protecting really well. But everything ties together, and those deep shots, we're going to need those for the rest of the year for sure.
What are you looking forward to in your opportunity against UAB?
Yeah, I think just focusing on ourselves. Every week, nameless and faceless. What can we do to make Tennessee better?
Thanks, Miles.
Thank you.